Welcome to another episode of Creating an Intentional Life. Today we're going to talk about what it means to be an empath and the things that you can do to help heal yourself and to help yourself get through and navigate through all the muddy feelings that may not even actually be yours. Okay, so first let's talk about what it means to be an empath. I wrote some things down. An empath is a person that can easily sense other people's feelings or even take on someone else's emotions. You can easily feel someone else's pain. You can feel physically sick from anything violent. Like I can't even watch violent movies. I can't watch the news, even social media. Social media is a big drainer for me because I see so many thoughts and feelings and good news, which is great, but then the bad news, which also really weighs on me. So for me, it overwhelms me too much to be on social media. I feel much lighter not being on it. I do miss it because there's a lot of good on there, but I easily take on too many feelings that are not mine. The other thing is you take on someone else's story as your own. So you have a hard time differentiating between is this my story or is this someone else's story that you have absorbed? You also have a deep need to feel like you need to make the world a better place. And also, you're easily overwhelmed by groups. I know for me, I can even feel it thinking about it, like walking into a huge room of people. I have to consciously, before I do that, tell myself that I'm not going to take on anybody else's feelings. I will put oils on. I have a protection spray that I spray on myself that's a mixture of oils, and it helps me when I go into the situation consciously knowing that I need to be mindful of all the feelings that are in the room. It helps me push them away. And the other thing is you can really feel when something isn't right. You just know something is going to happen, or you just knew something didn't feel right. Those are some of the traits of an empath. And so the first step I would say would be to start to identify the people, the places that cause you to feel emotionally drained and just to feel like they suck the energy from you. I was a hairdresser and it took me a while to realize what was happening, but the day after I would work, I had a hard time wanting to be around people, wanting to talk to people, and I realized it mattered who I had in my salon the day before because it didn't always happen. So that's when I got into learning that crystals could help deflect that. Black tourmaline and amethyst I would keep on me at work to help keep the feelings from. And the other thing is you get so physically close to people in the salon, that also was not helpful because empaths, you can walk into a room and feel someone's feelings. And find that one thing that you can do to help then is to find what grounds you. I would take a walk when I could at lunch, or just go outside and sit in the yard. Things like that would help me recharge. Even if I walked to the store while I was working, it helped me to get out of there, and the open spaces of the outdoors help me clear that negative stuff that's kind of sticking all over you. And the other thing to do is recognize that these thoughts and feelings aren't yours. I have to write them down. I should say I recently started writing them down. And writing them down for me is a huge help, because as I write them down, I start to realize, okay, these are not my feelings, these are not my fears, this is not my story. And as I've talked about in other videos, I then burn the paper because I feel like I need to, for me, I feel lighter doing it. I listen to Aaron Doughty's videos a lot, and he has a video talking about like carrying rocks around. And that's literally what it feels like, is that you have loaded yourself down with rocks and you're just like, where did all these come from? Are they mine? Are they not mine? Like whose feelings are these? So you need to determine what's yours and what's not yours, and throw the rocks back that do not belong to you, because it's exhausting. It's completely exhausting. I also have to meditate, and I find meditations on YouTube. I look up letting go of anxieties, letting go of fears, letting go of overthinking. I also sleep to meditation music, or Ho'oponopono I sleep to. I feel as though that helps me a lot. The other thing is, like, it's also going to take a couple of days for you to feel the benefits of everything that you did. You're not going to meditate and instantly feel better, or write everything down and then instantly expect it to just be like poof, gone. I do feel lighter from writing it, and I do feel lighter from burning it. But like today I'm feeling better than I had received terrible news a few days ago. So I have spent the last couple days being really, really drained. And I've been putting into practice these things. And today I finally realized that what I've been doing all week is actually helping, because today I do feel better. I easily get in, when that happens, I easily end up in like an anxiety tailspin of where like I think that anything that happens to someone else is going to happen to me. And I realize now that it's because I take on those feelings, and like I literally can like feel the way that person feels in that situation. Their thoughts of like, could I have done more? Should I have done this? Should I have done that, to, in terms of like preventing it. So then I take it on in my own life and think, well, I have, should I be doing all of these things, So it takes time, but it does work, putting in these steps to do this, because I used to just, it would go away with time, but I still carried the anxiety of it in the back of my mind. And for me, that's not healthy, and I needed to find a way to get this out. And I've watched many videos on YouTube of other people talking about how to deal with being an empath, and and she said about recognizing your thoughts and feelings and writing them down, and making the pile of rocks to say what's my pile and what's someone else's. So my things that I would suggest, if you are feeling like you are an empath and you feel as though you're carrying around things that do not belong to you, feelings that do not belong to you, I would say to first and foremost write down all of your feelings. Write them down and then burn the paper, and to help get them off your chest, basically. Meditation, do some type of meditation. Even if you've never meditated before, even if you just sit with your hands on your heart and think about breathing in through your heart, it brings you to the present moment, and the power of breath is incredible. And that is something that you can do in the very moment, is to remember to breathe, and like breathe in through your heart. And but awareness, I think, to the whole thing will really help start you on the path to realizing that being an empath is truly a gift. It's 1% of less than 1% of the population feels this way, and I didn't realize that. I thought everybody felt this way. And I couldn't understand when somebody that I would tell my feelings to didn't have those exact same feelings, because I just couldn't understand. But now I know that it's not everybody. And you're a really special person if you feel this way. And I really hope that this helps you realize that you truly do have a blessing. And just like anything else, you need to practice it and recognize it. And those two things will truly help you on your journey. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help. Please just comment below, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.